The cupcake has seen a resurgence in popularity over the past few years. With so many bakers throwing their frosting bags into the ring, it can be hard to stand out. Angela Antkowiak takes us to SweetArt, where a husband and wife have turned their individual talents into visual and edible delights.
There are few things in life as sweetly satisfying as a cupcake. And in this bakery, they aren't the only treat. Rain Bayak opened SweetArt with her husband Kababi as a way to combine their unique talents.
We started our family and I was working part-time and baking at home, and then I started developing this dream of having a bake shop one day, and Kababi always wanted to have a studio. So the opportunity came up for us to have a place in our neighborhood, and we just took a leap of faith.
Such an unusual business was a risky endeavor in an unpredictable economy. But the Bayaks never gave their plan a second thought.
We had to open with $200 in the bank, and that was all the money we had. That was it. You know, we didn't have like all these grand backers, financial backers. We had an art show, sold as much as we could, got a small family loan, and that was it. But since we had never opened a business before, we didn't even think about it. We just thought, this has to work, and it did.
One look at the rows of brightly frosted cupcakes, and it's easy to see the secret to SweetArt's success. But customers who are drawn into the bakery by the aroma of fresh desserts are treated to Kababi Bayak's one-of-a-kind artwork.
I like the work I provide as far as most of it's cheery and folks feel good when they see it.
You know, the dining area where people can enjoy their eats, they can also enjoy Kababi's visual treats, as we call them.
How is it being married and working together, running a business?
You know what? I couldn't do it with anyone else, and I wouldn't do it with anyone else. I'm so glad that Kababi and I decided to do this together. We're a good team. I'm working harder than I ever thought I would ever work, but it's worth it. And I don't think about the tough times. I can just think about what I want for my family, what I want for myself, and what I like to give to the community, and I just make that my focus.
That dedication to the community is reflected in the SweetArt menu, which recently added a vegetarian lunch to its roster.
I didn't want to cook anything that I don't personally eat and don't feed my family. I've been vegetarian for probably 13 or 14 years now. So I just wanted to stick to that, and you know, people have responded.
The primary thing for me was actually the health, because it's so hard when you have to eat out a lot the way I do. Things just aren't good for you. And I remember reading that sign, you know, when you come in the door about what they put in it.
I really use the best products that I can find. That's really important to me. We do everything from scratch. So I wanted people to taste the difference.
I'm not a vegetarian. I'm certainly not a vegan. I like steak. But I'll find myself trying things that I never thought. I mean, I've had almost everything on the menu, and I've liked every single item. I haven't had a single complaint.
There aren't that many vegetarian places, so you know, we kind of created this nice little niche for ourselves, and having cupcakes and cookies never hurts anybody.
Rain has also found another way to expand her bake shop operations.
We've started to do wedding cakes. I'm grateful that people want a from-scratch cake on their wedding day and really appreciate the flavors that we put into our cakes.
My fiance and myself, we were looking for a wedding cake, and we both love cupcakes, so this sounded like a perfect fit, so we came here first to check out the vibe, check out the cake, you know.
It's just been so good to be a part of people's lives. You know, they're sweet, the sweet part of people's lives, so I think that's just the best part of doing it.
There's a strong sense of family that has gained SweetArt a loyal following in its Shaw neighborhood.
It's taking up one of these nice little storefront places that were deserted, you know, for years, so it's like it's bringing a little bit of color into the neighborhood, a little bit of fun, and it seems like a family place.
As we get to know people, we try to mention, you know, call them by name so they, you know, feel like they're part of family and welcome to come back all the time.
Sometimes I'll bring my son in when I don't feel like making dinner. We'll stop in right before they stop serving food, definitely on the weekends. And there's always smiling faces behind the counter. There's smiling faces walking around.
We're not really like any other place. You know, it's a different place, and it's a good different. And I just hope people can come out and experience it for themselves.
If there's such a thing as putting love in your work, I think SweetArt does it. It puts the love in the food, it puts the love in the art, it puts the love in the atmosphere. You can tell that Rain and Kababi really have a passion for what they're doing.
Sometimes I sit up in the morning when I'm here working alone and I think, how on earth are we doing this? And I'm gonna cry. It's just a real blessing to be able to do it and for people to respond. I'm just so grateful.